Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gathering here today. As we prepare to dive into the thrilling world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I am excited to share with you the recap of one of the most anticipated and epic films of our time, Avengers: Infinity War. This cinematic masterpiece, directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, brings together an ensemble cast of our favorite superheroes, uniting to face a common and formidable enemy. The stakes have never been higher, as the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. This film marks a significant milestone in the MCU, weaving together intricate storylines and character arcs that have been developed over a decade. Without further ado, let's embark on this journey of action, emotion, and unprecedented adventure. Here is the recap of Avengers: Infinity War. After obtaining the Power Stone from Xandar, Thanos, along with his lieutenants Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw, Obsidian, and Proxima Midnight, intercept the spacecraft that is transporting the people who have survived the destruction of Asgard. All of the Asgardian survivors are killed by Thanos, who also destroys the ship. Thor is subdued. Hulk is defeated. And Loki is killed by Thanos as they remove the Space Stone from the Tesseract. Even Hulk is defeated by Thanos and forced to submit by the Power Stone. Before dying, Heimdall uses the Bifrost to send the Hulk to Earth. Along with his lieutenants, Thanos destroys the spacecraft and leaves. He gives Maw and his goons the order to travel to Titan with the two Infinity Stones, the Mind Stone with Vision and the Time Stone with Doctor Strange, and retrieve them from Earth. And so, in their enormous spacecraft, Thanos' lieutenants make their way to Earth. After crashing into New York City's Sanctum Sanctorum, Hulk transforms back into Bruce Banner. He alerts Wong and Stephen Strange to Thanos' scheme to wipe out half of the universe's life. Strange responds by enlisting Tony Stark. Originally, Thanos attacked each planet separately, eradicating half of the populace, but he soon realized that this approach was too cumbersome and the issue too great. He was aware that obtaining the Infinity Stones would grant him the ability to change the course of the universe and preserve life. Even though Loki spearheaded the attack on New York, Thanos gave the order. 6 elemental crystals were formed at the time of the Big Bang, and they each governed a crucial facet of existence: time, space, reality, mind, power, and soul. The Power and Space Stones are already with him. Wong informs everyone that Thanos can command the entire universe with a single snap of his fingers thanks to the 6 Infinity Stones he possesses. Though he has disabled his tracker, Vision possesses the Mind Stone. Since the Avengers split up, Tony and Rogers have not spoken, and only Rogers can locate Vision. Whether or not they communicate, the Hulk advises Tony to put his disagreements with Captain America behind him because Thanos is on his way to Earth.
Broke up? Like a band? Like the Beatles?
Peter Parker notices Maw and Obsidian as they arrive to take the Time Stone from Strange. Bruce, who was traumatized by the fight he lost to Thanos, is unable to transform into Hulk. Due to an enchantment Strange put on the amulet the stone is kept in, Maw manages to capture Strange but is unable to take the Time Stone. Wong stays behind to watch over the Sanctum while Stark and Parker pursue Maw's spacecraft, and Banner gets in touch with Steve Rogers. Maw is defeated by Parker and Stark on the spaceship by blasting a hole in the hull and sucking Maw out into space. Doctor Strange wishes to go back to Earth because he fears that Thanos will obtain the Time Stone. Stark disagrees, saying that fighting Thanos off Earth is the best way to defeat him. Stark believes that the spacecraft, which is operating on autopilot, will transport them to the location of Thanos. They decide to go after Thanos, but before they can, Doctor Strange threatens to sacrifice both Parker and Stark in order to keep the stone safe. To get the Mind Stone out of Vision, Midnight and Glaive ambush Wanda Maximoff and Vision in Scotland. After saving them, Sam Wilson, Natasha Romanoff, and Rogers hide out at the Avengers compound with Banner and James Rhodes. In order to prevent Thanos from obtaining the Mind Stone, Vision offers to sacrifice himself by ordering Maximoff to destroy it. Rogers proposes that they go to Wakanda because he thinks that nation has the means to remove the stone without obliterating Vision. Thor, who is drifting motionless in deep space, is saved by the Guardians of the Galaxy after they respond to a distress signal from the Asgardian ship. Thor finds out that Quill is his romantic partner and that Gamora is Thanos' daughter. Thor believes that Thanos is looking for the Reality Stone, which is on Nowhere with the Collector. Thor wants to go to Nidavellir to get a new weapon after his sister Hela destroyed his hammer, Mjolnir, but Gamora wants to go to Nowhere to stop Thanos. Indecisive, they divided into two groups. Gamora recalls how half of her planet's population perished in an attack by Thanos. After observing Gamora defying him, he decided to adopt her. She receives a precisely balanced knife from Thanos. Quill is forced by Gamora to swear that he will kill her if Thanos manages to capture her. When Rocket and Groot go to Nidavellir with Thor, they find that Thanos has already visited. He had made the dwarves forge his gauntlet there, then slaughtered everyone and melted Eitri, the chief dwarf, as hands without taking his life. Stormbreaker, the battle axe that Thor, Rocket, and Eitri created, has the power to destroy Thanos. Groot supplies a handle for the new weapon, and Thor kickstarts the star to power the furnaces. A process that almost kills him. Additionally, Stormbreaker has control over the Bifrost's power. Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, and Mantis discover Thanos on Nowhere, already in possession of the Reality Stone. By manipulating reality with the help of the stone, Thanos deceives Gamora into believing that she attacked and killed him. In actuality, Gamora, his adopted daughter, is abducted by Thanos. Because of his hesitation, Quill is unable to kill Gamora. At that point, Thanos alters reality once more and uses the Space Stone to transport Gamora to his ship. Since he wiped out half of Gamora's planet's population, according to Thanos, the kids have had a better life and a healthier environment. Life will consume itself if it is not restrained because the universe has limited resources. Only he, says Thanos, can truly comprehend this, and he alone will take the necessary actions to preserve the universe.
Have known nothing.
In order to kill Thanos, Nebula sneaked aboard his ship, but as Thanos reveals, she was caught. Thanos has been imprisoning her in a chamber and torturing her with the power and space stones. With tears in her eyes, Gamora discloses where the Soul Stone is. After traveling to Vormir with Gamora, Thanos is informed by Red Skull, the keeper of the Soul Stone, that he must sacrifice someone he loves in order to obtain the stone. Reluctantly tossing Gamora off a cliff, Thanos kills her and takes possession of the stone. After escaping from captivity, Nebula requests to meet the remaining Guardians on Titan, the barren home planet of Thanos. As Quill, Drax, and Mantis attack Stark, Parker, and Strange upon their arrival on Titan, they surrender the battle upon realizing who the Avengers are.
The Avengers, man.
You're the ones Thor told us about.
When Strange utilizes the Time Stone to see millions of potential futures and finds only one in which Thanos loses, the group devises a plan to take the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos. When Thanos shows up, He speaks with Strange and argues that his plans are essential to preserving the survival of a universe in danger from overpopulation. Together, they manage to successfully subdue him. Quill is inquiring as to Gamora's location. Nebula determines that Gamora has been killed by Thanos. Quill attacks him out of rage, which lets Thanos release him from Mantis's psychic grip. He is able to elude Thanos once more and engage in combat. With the help of the stones, Thanos defeats everyone and faces Stark directly. After Strange gives Thanos the Time Stone, Stark is saved from severe injury at the hands of Thanos. Stark is furious and perplexed as to Strange's motivations. Rogers meets up with Bucky Barnes in Wakanda prior to the invasion by Thanos' army. When T'Challa's sister Shuri tries to remove the Mind Stone from Vision, the Avengers stand up to Thanos' army alongside T'Challa and the Wakandan forces. Unable to change into the Hulk, Banner battles wearing Stark's Hulkbuster armor. The Avengers are bolstered by the arrival of Thor, Rocket, and Groot through the Bifrost. Midnight. Obsidian and Glaive are eliminated, and their army is destroyed. When Thanos shows up, he quickly eliminates the other Avengers. Though Maximoff was able to destroy the Mind Stone and Vision with it, Thanos uses the Time Stone to turn back time, resurrects Vision, and tears the stone from his head, killing Maximoff once more. After inserting the final stone into the gauntlet, Thanos takes in the powerful burst from all 6 stones. While Thanos is momentarily sidetracked, Thor attacks and drives Stormbreaker deep into the Titan's chest. After a brief moment of gloating, Thor is teased by a dying Thanos, who informs him that he ought to have shot for his target's head. With a sudden burst of white light, Thanos snaps his fingers and raises the gauntlet. Within the realm of the Soul Stone, Thanos discovers himself on a desolate terrain with a thin coating of water. He meets Gamora at a nearby temple. She looks to be the same age as when Thanos attacked her planet. He responds yes when she naively inquires as to whether he has succeeded in realizing his life's ambition. When she asks how much it cost, he replies, "Everything."
Everything.
Returning to Wakanda, Thor demands to know what the Titan did while glaring at Thanos with growing horror. After getting burned from the gauntlet all the way up to his neck and chest, Thanos stays mute and makes use of the broken gauntlet to steal the Space Stone. Including Barnes, T'Challa, Groot, Maximoff, and Wilson, who all turn to ash on Earth. Half of all life in the universe perishes. Mantis, Drax, Quill, Strange, Parker, and Drax all burn to ash on Titan, while Banner, Mbaku, Okoye, Rhodes, Rocket, Rogers, Romanoff, and Thor are still alive on the Wakandan battlefield. Stark and Nebula are stuck on Titan. In the interim, Thanos grinned to himself as he observed a serene dawn on a secluded tropical planet. Nick Fury and Maria Hill witness multiple car crashes and a helicopter colliding with a skyscraper in a scene that occurs after the credits roll. Hill breaks down, asking what's going on. As a final action, Fury turns on a tiny transmitter that shows a starburst emblem against a red and blue backdrop.